Discover hidden manipulations, unmask narcissistic grooming, and transform your future starting today.
Personality types, they can actually camouflage how they groom you. Okay, so during the grooming process, it's not as apparent that you're being groomed for narcissistic supply. Now, there's something that's pretty subtle that goes on in narcissistic codependent relationships, and that is concealing the grooming process. So one way that, well, actually there are several ways that narcissists and some cluster personality types conceal that they're actually grooming you. There are some narcissists and cluster personality types who may condition you, okay? And then before you know it, you're being gaslit, or they may use the neuro-linguistic programming. There are some narcissists and cluster B personality types that may introduce you or someone else that you know into a narcissistic relationship. How does that happen? Well, flying monkeys. Sometimes they will use enablers to lure you into the narcissistic relationship because maybe you've gone no contact. Maybe you have been successful with going no contact for quite some time. Sometimes narcissists and some cluster B personality types, they will recruit flying monkeys and they will recruit enablers in order to lure you back in or to hoover you back into a narcissistic relationship. So this way, you're not very clear as to being groomed, but actually you're being groomed for further narcissistic supply. Another way that narcissists and some cluster B personality types may camouflage that they're actually grooming you for narcissistic supply is if there are unresolved issues. Okay, that can be childhood trauma, that can be unresolved pain due to a heartache or a broken heart from the past. This may be one of your exes who may be a cluster B personality type. If those issues are unresolved, some cluster B personality types will look for signs that you are still hurting over something that you haven't resolved yet. Okay, so one of the ways that you can resolve that is to release energy. Release heavy energy that you really don't need like water.
Freddy Krueger is the perfect metaphor for narcissistic mind games. The nightmare begins. The darkness coils around them like a suffocating fog. At first, everything seems normal. A quiet room, the glow of moonlight filtering through the blinds. But then the walls bend, reality distorts, and Freddy Krueger slithers into existence. His razor-sharp grin cuts deeper than his blades. He doesn't just attack, he infiltrates. Victims try to wake up, but no matter how hard they fight, the dream holds them hostage. This is how narcissistic mind games begin. At first, the relationship feels safe, comforting even. But soon, reality twists. The narcissist rewrites history, denies words they once said, and whispers just enough doubt to make their victims question themselves. Escape feels impossible. Like Freddy, the narcissist doesn't need brute force. They wield control through illusion, forcing their victims to dance within the nightmare they create. The power of fear and control. Freddy toys with his prey. He knows fear is his strongest weapon. He whispers in their ear, taunts them with promises of safety only to snatch it away. He makes them feel small, powerless, forever trapped in his dominion. The more they struggle, the more he laughs. Survivors of narcissistic abuse know this torment intimately. Fear keeps them paralyzed. The fear of retaliation, rejection, and the painful uncertainty of ever truly breaking free. The narcissist thrives on dominance, making their victims feel weak and incapable. Over time, self-doubt grows into self-hatred. They stop trusting their instincts, believing that maybe the narcissist is right. Maybe they are nothing without them. Gaslighting is a fog of lies. Reality bends under Freddy's touch. 1 minute, his victims stand on solid ground. The next, they plunge into an abyss of shifting shadows. He makes them believe they are losing their sanity. Their screams dissolve into the void because, in his world, their truth means nothing. Gaslighting works the same way. A narcissist distorts memories, denies facts, and plants insidious seeds of doubt. That never happened. They say, "You're imagining things." Over time, survivors lose their grip on what is real. They apologize for things they never did, shrink into silence, and question their own existence. The mind, once a sanctuary, becomes a prison, the illusion of escape. In the dream world, escape always feels within reach, until it isn't. Freddy lets his victims believe they've woken up, only to drag them back into the nightmare. They run, they fight, but every exit loops back into his lair. Hope becomes another trick, another blade against their psyche. Survivors of narcissistic relationships experience the same cycle. They break free momentarily, but the narcissist reels them back in with apologies, promises, or cruelty, disguised as care. Just when they believe they have escaped, they find themselves drowning in the same manipulation. The cycle repeats until one day, something shifts. They realize the game isn't theirs to win. The only way out is to stop playing entirely. How to fight back and taking control. Freddy's victims don't survive by running. They survive by confronting him, by understanding the rules of his nightmare and rewriting them. They realize he only exists in the realm of fear, and the moment they stop feeding it, he weakens. They take back control. If you like this content, give it a like and please share it. Thanks. Breaking free from narcissistic abuse requires a similar awakening. The survivor must recognize the manipulation for what it is, which is a system designed to keep them small. They begin setting boundaries, speaking their truth, and trusting their own perception. The narcissist fights harder, but eventually, their grip loosens. The survivor steps into their own power, no longer controlled by the shadows of deception. Healing and reclaiming reality. The nightmare fades, but the scars remain. Survivors walk through the wreckage of their own minds, reclaiming pieces of themselves lost to manipulation. Some wounds take time to heal, others may never fully fade. But there is light beyond the ruins, strength forged through suffering, wisdom earned in battle. In healing, survivors find clarity. They rebuild their self-worth and embrace the truth they were once denied. As they step forward, 3 focus tools help them stay grounded. Tool number 1, reality anchoring. Journaling memories and affirmations to resist gaslighting effects. Writing down truths helps reconstruct a fractured sense of reality. Tool number 2, boundary reinforcement. Saying no without guilt and practicing self-protection. The survivor learns that their needs matter and their limits deserve respect. Tool number 3, radical self-love. Nurturing their own mind, body, and spirit, unapologetically. Healing isn't just escaping the past, it's your choice to reclaim joy, trust, and identity. Freddy Krueger, like all narcissists, only thrives when fear prevails. But knowledge is power. Survivors can learn that true freedom comes not from waking up, but from knowing that they control their own reality. And that is something no monster can ever take away. What do you think? Does facing your fears about narcissism seem healthy or effective? Leave your comments and share a few focus tools of your own.
The silent treatment is more than just passive aggression. It's a calculated tool of control, often used by narcissists to weaken their victims and maintain dominance. Understanding this toxic behavior is the first step toward reclaiming your power. Identifying and understanding the silent treatment is so important. The silent treatment is a form of emotional manipulation designed to punish and control. By withdrawing communication, affection, and attention, the narcissist isolates their victims, leaving them confused and desperate for reconciliation. This tactic forces compliance and solidifies their control in the relationship. Why does the silent treatment often work? Silence is a powerful psychological weapon. It triggers anxiety, insecurity, and self-doubt, causing the victim to question their own reality. Narcissists exploit their victims' natural need for validation and connection, using withdrawal to manipulate behavior and reinforce dependence. The result can be devastating feelings of worthlessness, despair, and emotional exhaustion. Identifying silent treatment as abuse is essential. If this behavior consistently follows disagreements or moments when a narcissist feels threatened, it's a deliberate strategy. The silent treatment is often used to evade accountability and shift blame onto the victim. Recognizing its impact on your emotional well-being and self-esteem is the first step toward breaking free. Establishing firm boundaries is crucial. Refuse to engage in the silent treatment dynamic. Seeking support from trusted friends, family, or a therapist can help reinforce your emotional resilience. Educating yourself about narcissistic behavior empowers you to see the silent treatment for what it truly is, a manipulative tactic. Rebuilding your self-esteem is vital to regaining your sense of agency. Therapy can help you process the emotional damage caused by the silent treatment and develop coping strategies for future interactions. Most importantly, recognize that you deserve relationships built on respect, communication, and emotional safety. Breaking free is possible, and healing is within reach. If you like this video, please like, share, and leave your comments.